Hey guys, Billy here with Preacher's Creatures, and we have made it to the last two colors in the Mad Micas neon powder line. And we're going to be doing bubblegum and cheesy poof today. And so stick around, should be a great video. We've already got these made up in liquid form, and hopefully we'll learn something together. See you on the flip side. All right, guys, here we are. We got our plastisol heated up. Hopefully our overhead camera will be working today. It says it's recording, but it did that last time and didn't have any audio file. So, bubble gum. All right, let me tell you real quick. I had just made some bubble gum baits, but I did not use this. I used Chewy from Dead on Plastics. And so it'll be interesting to see how the color, 'cause I want to make this exact same thing, with the black flake in it. And so let's get this, first we're going to shoot it without any extra flake so that we can see what it looks like just by itself. And as usual, I'm going to start off with 10 drops, and then we're going to see what that gets us, and then we'll go from there, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I will tell you, it seems like this stuff is, when I've made it up myself, it's tends to be on the runny side, but the saturation is pretty good. And so can't complain about that. Just have to be careful when you're doing your drops, and make sure that you've start slowing down. So, okay. So what I am looking at right now, it almost looks like it has a pearl effect. And so that was 10 drops. Let's shoot some baits. I'm going to shoot the let me shoot the 2-inch stonefly, and I'll tell you why. Because that was the baits that I made for a customer, and so we want to compare those. So let's get these out of the way and draw this up. All right, Michael, I'm the world's worst to remember to wear my gloves, so for you, I'm gloving up. And here we go. Y'all see that? Okay, good. Draw. Okay. I think it's going to be very translucent. That's okay. Nice hold. Okay. Let me top that off just a little more. There we go. So far, I'm really liking my new workbench. Like I said, I'm going to get another one. Just in case. Well, I don't guess anybody knows. I have been snowed in for the last 2 weeks. I live way out in the sticks, and it takes a while. It's very rough getting up. I live 1 mile up a dirt gravel road that is not state maintained, and then my driveway is like probably close to 150 to 200 yards, somewhere in there, and about half of it is up an incline, and the road coming in is up an incline. It's pretty rough. long story short, I hadn't been out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, and I'm fine with that. I'm a little bit of a hermit, but you know, the long story short, I hope to get out tomorrow and mail off some bait orders and check the mail and all that good stuff. But anyhow, we'll let these cool off, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, let's take a look at these baits and see how they look. I figure they're going to be very transparent. They are, but they look good. I like that. But that's not quite the color, the same, and that's okay. It don't necessarily have to be the same. I mean, it's just, it don't have to be, but this is the inspiration of what we're going to try to do with this today. And it may take a lot more saturation. So we're going to take one of these off so we can compare later, but that's the first run. First attempt with the bubble gum from Mad Micas. Okay, here we go. Put a little heat gun on it. It's a little warm. It's all right. By the time we get done putting some more of this in there, it'll cool it down. All right, so let's go 10 more drops. You know what? Let me check, make sure I don't have to open that all the way. That might help with that drop. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that helped any or not, but it's all right. We still got 10 in there. Let's see. Forgot to turn my overhead camera on again. That's all right. So yeah, this is really giving a pearl. I'm very surprised at how that's doing a pearl effect in that cup. Yep, I really thought it would do like the Chewy from Dead on Plastics. So let's shoot a bait with this. We're going to shoot the same thing, the 2-inch stonefly. And then we'll compare those before we add the black flake, because I don't know that we're going to really get the same level of opaqueness. There you go, Michael. I'm sorry, I forgot to put on my personal protection. This I use this Angling AI dual injector to do most of my shooting with, and because it stays so cool to the touch, I've just, you know, my other injectors, you might get away with the first injection without wearing a glove to hold on to the outside, but then after that, you got to wear a glove to touch the outside of the injector. And I know the danger is the plastisol, but I forget because I'm holding on to this, and unless you're running a whole lot of baits, it stays, you know, comfortable to the touch. So, you know, I apologize. It's not something I mean to do. I'm not trying to be a rebel. It's just, the injector used to be the reminder for me to put my gloves on. And when it's cool to the touch, it just ain't, it don't remind me. Anyway, enough of that mess. You're not here for all that. You're here to see these colors. So, all right, this is probably close to being cooled off enough. I'm going to let it cool off just a little bit more. And in the meantime, heat this up. And when we come back, we'll decide if we need to add more, which I might go ahead and take it. I'm running a little over a half a cup, about a half a cup. And so the drop count obviously would be double. So we're at 20, that would be the equivalent, what we're getting ready to pull out will be the equivalent of 40 drops. So that being said, I think that's a good place to measure. And so we may go ahead and go with the flake after that. We'll make that determination after we see what these look like. So we'll be right back. Here we go. So 20 drops. 20 drops. Look at that. I'm telling you, it's like a pearl powder. How crazy is that? This is not my hoodie from the last video, by the way. But because I did that against the black background. But that is, now here's the comparison. Let's take one of these off. So, right there and right there. Can you see the difference? First shot, second shot. Even with the equivalent of 40 drops per cup, it's still translucent. Not quite as much, but not bad. All right, guys, we got to heat it up. Again, this is 20 drops to just a little bit over, let's see. We're halfway between a half cup and 3/4 of a cup. So, all right, now I'm pretty sure what I used in this one was, because it looks really small, I am not going to use the dead on. I'm not going to use the Do It Black anymore unless I'm doing just like a single run and I can keep it under like 330, 340 because it's bleeding. I've discovered that that's the culprit that has been bleeding. So let's do 1/8. 1/8. And see where that gets us. Just want to pepper it up a little bit. Yep, that looks good. Okay, give it a little texture. So let's roll with that. Glove. I tell you what I need to get. I need to get Mr. Sacco. Oh. Get me a Captain or a Cactus Jack Mr. Sacco sock. How about that? All right. Here we go. Oh, that's it. Press. Hold a little bit of pressure. I think I'm going to really like this for pink. It's seems to be, I'm not sure if I got anything like this in my lineup, but I'll be honest, I've got dead on plastic colors that I have not even tried yet. And I really like their stuff. They've got good stuff. I've got no complaints of anything that I've tried of theirs so far. But I tell you what, this might need a little bit bigger flake. But the problem is I don't have bigger flake in anything other than you know what? I've got some Walmart flake. That would be a good test for this to see if it bleeds. We're gonna let this cool off, heat this back up. We might shoot another one with the bigger flake. Yeah, let's look at that. Okay. So we're up over 350. If this is going to bleed, this is the conditions that it'll bleed in. Okay. Staying with a 1/8 or a dash. So we got the overhead camera going, yep. So does it add texture or does it add color? So far, I don't think I've seen anything what I would consider a bleeding effect. Well, I think we might be all right with that, guys. Okay. Let's give that a whirl, all right? Give that a whirl. First, got to take this out. We'll show you that in just a second because we want to hurry up and shoot. We want to hurry up and shoot this one. Glove. While we got the chance. It's still hot. Okay. There we go. And flip it and rip it. I thought about going with a different mold. I know I've shot stonefly a lot lately, but the reason I chose to go back with the stonefly is because that's what the bait was that I made for the customer. So I just wanted to be able to do a comparison. Of course, I've already got them packed up, and all I'm comparing it with is the sprue, is the runner, but you know, hey, it's all right. That's all right. So that is still steaming. So we're going to cut, and we'll come back as soon as that quits being dangerous. All right, here we go. All right. Crack this open. That, my friends, is gorgeous. I love the gem tones. I really like the fact that I could put the black flake in there and it didn't turn it a different color. Let's see here. This is the last one. So there's the one we shot. And it's got black flake in it too, but it's that tiny black flake. And then, oh, I just dropped that on the floor. like Michael said in his live, I wasn't feeling well last night, so I went on to bed. I didn't get to watch the live video by Michael from bait chugging, but I did watch some today in my free time and seen where he dropped a chunk of color and claimed the 5-second rule. But anyway, I guess I can do the same thing. So there's the lineup, and I tell you what, let's go ahead and pull one of these off the runners so we don't have a misrepresentation. All right, so we've got from start to finish 10 drops. 10 drops right here. 20 drops, so it'd be equal to, this would be equal to 20 drops per cup. This was 20 drops, it'd be equal to almost 40 drops because we did have a little bit over half cup. So then this is the third one with the little bit of black flake in it, the small black flake. And then, well, yeah, it's I guess it would be considered small, not fine. And then here is the Walmart flake added to that. So this is dead on plastic knot, and it is 0.025, and then this, we added the Walmart flake to it, and I like that 'cause, I mean, you know, from a distance, and it may be the way I'm looking at it, you can see a little bit here, but you can really see that medium-sized flake. But anyway, there it is, guys. That is bubble gum. And I guess we could take it on up to more drops, but you get the idea, and that's all we're wanting to do, is let you get the idea of it. And we need to move on to our next color, which so this video ain't an hour long. So the next color we're going to do is cheesy poof. We're going to get the oh, and I meant to, let me show you this. I'm sorry. I'm bad to go right back to, let me show you the contrast between those. So this is a very saturated color. That's the Chewy from Dead on Plastics. And I'm trying to remember, it seems like I did like 40 drops to a cup, something like that. And so it's just, you know, different color, different manufacturer, but I still like the results of both. One's maybe a clear water bait, and the other's a murky water bait. All right, so let's get our other cup of plastisol ready to go, and we will get the cheesy poof rolling. Stick around. All right, gang. So we're going to play by the same rules with this cheesy poof. We're going to start off with 10 drops. And like I said, it's a little over half a cup. All right, so let me tell you what I just did. I barely opened this lid. And that let me, I barely opened it. And that allowed me to have a whole lot more control over my drops. So that's pretty cool. Cheesy poof. I reckon this is going to remind us of cheese puffs. So, neon orange. You can see it in the cup. Neon orange. That's a little, guys, I know that's going to be too light. But you know what? Let's just go ahead for the sake of the video and add 10 more drops. And when I say, well, that'd be 11. When I say for the sake of the video, timeline-wise, it's I just know it's going to, there might be some applications you want it that light, but I want to get us a good medium, a good look at it. That's much better. Let's shoot that, and then we'll add some black flake, just like we did on the other, which isn't something I've done with these videos. Usually I hadn't added anything to the neon powders. At least I don't recall. I know I did some where I did a combination and all that, but truthfully, other than planning which powders I'm going to be working with, I'm usually flying by the seat of my pants as far as like the additives and stuff. Hey, guess what I forgot? Forgot to glove up. Sorry, Michael. I'm trying, man. I really am. I got them laying right here. Maybe I just need to leave it right there. How about that? And you wait. I'll still probably forget. All right, you know the deal. We're going to let this cool off, and then we're going to come back. On this one, oh yeah, better top that off a little bit. This one is the Crappy Slayer. Crappy Slayer. All right, but we're going to let her cool down. We'll be back on the flip side. Alrighty. Crack this beautiful bait mold open. You know, talk about a hunter orange. Look at that. It's really bright, if you can't tell. Which hopefully you can. Pop one of these fellers off. There we go. Look at that. I don't know. That's now it's got me questioning what to do with it, whether to go with black or with something else. All right, I got to heat this back up, and that'll give me time to think. We might have to do some figuring on that. Okay, guys, so with bubble gum, we replicated what we did for another bait, and we did your basic black flake. And I contemplated, and we did some from Walmart as well, and it worked out. Both of them worked out good in there. So here's the bad news. I'm going to do black glitter again, black flake. The good news is we've got some new stuff from Lure Works. We've got this black string glitter, and we're going to use that in this. So here we go, getting crazy. Here's what it looks like inside the lid. And so it's a string flake. And we will stick with a -1/8. And okay, that measures a little different. I would show the camera, but sure as I do, I'd bump it and it would go everywhere. But yeah, I've been kind of excited about using this stuff. And we'll see how it works out here. Oh yeah. How about that? Yeah. That's pretty cool. let's go ahead and shoot it right quick. I'm interested, really interested in seeing how it shows up in the baits. And cool. All right. Stringing. Maybe we'll get some of it turning sideways in those thin little tails, and it end up being like one of them new fancy dice, fuzzy dice. You know what? I'm putting that down. I'm going to lay that down, and I'm going to put on my glove that I keep forgetting. This one right here. All right, that side. Here we go. Squeeze. There we go. I think that 1/8 of a teaspoon is going to be the right amount of that string glitter. Got that from Lure Works. Okay. All right, we'll be back. I say it all the time, but you know what? We always come back, don't we? All right, here we go. Cheesy Poof. There it is, all sloppy in the mold. But we're not going to be fishing it in the mold. Looky there. Tiger stripes. That is cool. I like that. I like that string glitter. But that's a nice color. I like those. Like that cheesy Poof. Okay. Got some of that string glitter sticking out the nose. I knew it. It's almost like we're doing fuzzy dice. All right, so here's the two. Here's the two. It's really the same color. Wait, where's my camera? It's really the same color. It's just one's got the glitter in it and the other one don't. I'm giving you all kind of camera angles and they're all bad. Oh, well, what's hilarious is I'm actually looking at my computer. I've figured out a way to link up. There you are. Figured out a way to link up my computer to my phone so I can use my computer as a monitor to see what I'm seeing here. And that usually helps when you're showing the bait. But it gets a little weird because if I go right on this way, on the computer it goes left. And so it's kind of like backing up a vehicle with a trailer. You got to go the opposite way that you're thinking. But anyway, there they are. Cheesy Poof. Cheesy Poof and Bubblegum. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed this whole series, this Mad Micas series, doing the neon powders. I'll be honest, I've got I've got a gob of them. I've been ordering them as they've come on special. Usually every week they will put some on sale, and what I do is I'll check them out and see if they've got a color that I like. That's like it's like 25% off, and so if they do, I'll snatch it up. And to be honest with you, I usually end up buying the ones that are on sale plus another one or two that that catch my eye. But anyway, here's one, Snake Island. I'm excited to use this one. I don't like I said, I don't know that I'm going to do a video on all these others, but I will be showing them. But there's a sparkle effect to that in there. So that's pretty cool. And I just did a 8-bit bait order today, and been saving up my lunch money, and ordered a few more 8-bit bait products. I've got those back here. Got 5 different ones right now. I've got a couple mica shift powders, and I've got some siren scales. I've got 2 of those, and then I got some pixie dust. So I'm looking forward to really working with those and seeing what I can do with those as well. I'm always impressed with what other people are doing with their 8-bit bait stuff. And but anyway, this will close out the Mad Micas neon powder line, and but you'll be seeing the other colors in some of my videos. Not necessarily like a tutorial type thing, but I'm sure I'll be making some baits with those powders. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you as usual. I appreciate your views, your comments, everything that y'all do for the channel. The channel's it's growing. We're 600 and I think 41 subscribers as of the making of this video, and we just can't thank you enough. We appreciate it so very much. And yeah, just guys, let me know in the comments below, how would you use cheesy poof or bubble gum? What kind of baits would you shoot them in? I know like I see stick worms or stick baits in that bubble gum color quite a bit, but that's the see them in this color bubble gum. What about that? What about that bubble gum that we did for Mad Micas? What would you use that in? So anyhow, all right, guys, thanks again. I appreciate you. And as usual, don't forget, you'll love the features of Preacher's Creatures.